So now this shape, we're going to try to mirror it and draw it on the other side. This is a great practice to do. So these shapes you can recognize because they are shapes you have learned, but this is just a random shape. So let's try to mirror it. So you can also imagine guidelines, make it easier for yourself. And what I mean is, like, you imagine this distance, and then you imagine this point, how far is it? So it's down. So it would be on this line and then down from here. And then this point is almost like half of this. So that's how you can go. So this is angled, but it's the other way angled. So you can look at how far it is. It's just a bit further than this line. So, and also you can imagine a guideline here. So how, on which line will it be? Then you have this angle up, and then you can imagine, and then this angle down, and now this goes all down. So imagine how wide this is. Go down until this point, and you can look at the distance of this part, this part, so now I drew this angle, and this looks a bit too not wide enough, so now I'm going to correct this a bit, go straight down, angle, imagine this line, how high is it? And then you can see that this is a bit further, and then this is a straight line. So how far does this straight line go? Like around here. So now you can check your sketch. You can even use your pencil to quickly measure and check, like this point comparison to the middle line. How far is it? Is it correct? And so maybe this one is a bit more angled like this. So this is a great practice to do. And if you're having a hard time with doing this, then you know you need to practice some more. If you had a hard time with this, you can also start by drawing reference points so that you don't end up drawing the sketch and then looking back and you notice that it's wrong, so then you will need to erase and start over. You can also like start with the points. Look at the distance. And then you can check the points. Yeah, you can like measure from here and here and see if you're right before you start drawing the whole sketch. So this is just a small sketch, of course, but if you will be drawing something bigger, you don't want to draw the whole sketch and then notice it's wrong. You need to erase and start all over. So here this goes up. So check this angle, this. And it can be difficult because you're mirroring the shape, but it's really a great practice to practice proportion and being precise with your drawings. So you can step away, see if you're correct. You can measure like this real quick. Maybe this one is a bit too far. More like this. And this is also great to practice angles. drawing the same angles and seeing the angles. And you can try copying what I'm drawing, just these random shapes. You can also just make up your own. Just put down your pencil and start making some lines, random marks. So you see that I keep on comparing from the middle line to the other line. Where do I see it? And how far is it? I keep on looking at distances, angles. And if you're not sure where that goes, start drawing another, so that you can connect. How far does this go? Not further than this point. This tilts a bit. How far? So correct yourself if you need to. But try not to be too, like, don't use a ruler. Try to measure this with your eye. Practice this, because with practice you will train your eye to see, and you will get better at it. Okay, just one more. This point goes a bit further. And on which line? Like this. And then this angle tilts up again. So how high? Imagine this line. And how far, how wide is it? Like about this, and then it goes down. Imagine this line. And then here you see the angle goes a bit up again. And then imagine like this distance, let's see, like around here. And then you go down. How far down? Like around here. And then you see this goes down, angled till around this, it doesn't go further. And then how, like here, around here. This line goes straight down. How wide? A bit short. Then you go up again, and you see that you go further. It goes further than this line, and about here. And you can see that it's the same angle as this line. This goes straight down again, and straight to the right. How wide? Like around here. That's how you can see, compare, draw it yourself. Okay, now let's try this again with organic shapes, so more curves. Here we drew more straight lines, but now we're going to draw more curved lines, and organic shapes are mostly the shapes we see in nature. So let's try drawing them a bit more curved and practice with this. So you can imagine straight lines. You could also like draw this with straight lines and then later draw the lines more curved if you think that's easier. And the same like with these shapes, you can imagine like a line, how far is the distance, and draw it a bit curved. And then imagine this line, how far is the distance, and then see how curved it is. And then here it curves out, so how, like around here, how far. And then imagine this, so go from point to point, step by step. And then maybe this is a bit further. It looks a bit further, yeah. So double check by just using your pencil. If you're not sure, you think, okay, am I far enough? Just check like that and train your eye to see. So this one is a bit too far. I'm comparing it with this line, and this isn't as far, so it's a bit more to the left, and then here I have it down. It needs to be more like this. And you can also check like this. So again, try to imagine straight lines if that's easier for you. This point goes further than here. See how curved this line is? And now it curves. Okay, so that looks about right. Let's try this again with some other curved lines. Imagine this curve, how far does it go? This goes further. You can also check this angle. Let's see if that's right. Double check. Looks like mine was too high a bit. So remember, this is just a practice. Allow yourself to practice this and put a date on your drawing, and then you will notice that the more often you practice this, you will improve. That's with anything. So allow yourself to take the time, practice this a few times. See how this goes for you. Do you find this really challenging, or is it going okay? Do you need a bit more practice? Just draw some shapes and practice until you get it right. Let's look at this distance. How far is it? I think like here. Then you see this curves. Here it almost goes straight down after a curve, straight. And then it curves outwards like this. Here. And then it curves out again. So how far? This is like a bit further than here. Or let's draw this line. Go down from this. It's a bit, yeah, that looks good. So curved up. Like this. And then here you see it curves outwards. Okay, one more time. Like this. Okay. Compare the distance. This is further, so this is way further than this one. Look around here, and then okay. So these exercises can be difficult, but they really are good to practice. So if you're having a hard time with these exercises, the more important it is to practice them. And also try to enjoy yourself while doing these exercises. They can be a fun thing to do. And also keep in mind, the more often I practice, the better I will get, the more you will improve. Any type of drawing you want to create, this will help you get better, training your hand, training your eye to see angles, see distances. So practice as much as you can and give yourself as much time as you need to improve. Take it one step at a time, practice. If you drew these shapes with me and you feel like you need some more practice, take another piece of paper, draw these shapes again, or make up your own shapes. Draw them as often as you need to.